I'm back with the next part of our Peasant to Emperor series, and last time the Western Empire finally defeated us in battle. We had cut down thousands and thousands of them. I'm pretty sure their casualty total is over 20,000 now. As a last attempt to finally put a stop to our reign of terror, they assembled every lord in their kingdom, there were 37 of them, to try and take us down. Sadly, the men couldn't hold out. We tried everything. We put our lives on the line, but it just wasn't good enough. The Western Empire defeated us, and we are now locked away in the castle. But I vow, once we break free of these shackles, return to the homeland, we will make an army bigger and stronger than ever. We will march with the most battalions we have ever had, and we will eliminate the enemy. If they truly wanted to put a stop to us for good, they should have taken my head. We are free from our shackles. We have finally escaped the prison. The only problem is right now we are overburdened. We're not moving very fast and we'll be captured instantly. So I'm going to have to go into the inventory and we're going to have to abandon everything. I'm surprised we still have this much loot though after being taken prisoner. But I have no choice but to get rid of it all. It's all got to go. If we stand any chance of being able to outrun the enemy and make it back to the homeland safely, we had no other choice. And now we're gonna have to flee for our lives. We're in enemy territory. We're surrounded by enemy lords in every direction. We have to make it back to safety. We will now rebuild the army and we will come back stronger than ever. That was my vow. To bring an end to the Empire for what they have done to us. For this humiliation. It shall not go unpunished. Well, this is the last thing we wanted when we're at war with all of the Empire. The anti-Empire alliance has fallen apart. The Aserai have declared war on the Khazate, and being allies of them both, we had to decide to join one of them. And in the end, Caladog made the decision to join the Khazate, so we are now at war with the Aserai. This is just what the Empire want. This falls nicely into their hands. If the anti-Empire alliance falls apart, how are we supposed to put a stop to them? Why have we done this, men? Why? We were supposed to set aside our differences. We were supposed to work as a united alliance and bring down the enemy. Instead, we have resorted to more war. There will be many thousands of casualties as a result of this. I hope you're happy with yourselves, men. Although that being said, there is one good thing to come out of the alliance falling apart. As a result of joining the Khazate and answering their call to war, we are receiving 40,000 gold a day due to call to war income. That is actually a bit insane and a bit overpowered. Previously we were constantly losing money, but now with these kind of funds, we can lift our restriction on all of our garrison wages. We could have the biggest garrison in every settlement and every party. We don't have to worry about gold anymore. I vowed that there would come a day where I would assemble the greatest Battanian army, take the fight back to the Western Empire and punish them for the humiliation they put us through. And today is that day. I have summoned every Battanian lord that is currently available. We have nearly 2,000 soldiers, and right across the battlefield from us stands 1,150 Western Empire soldiers. We are going to take the fight to the enemy. We are going to defeat them. We shall capture every single one of them, and then we will continue our march to the settlement. We will get our vengeance, and the Empire will fall. That being said, there is also a Northern Empire army to the north of us, so we may have to make a slight detour to the settlement and stop there first. But either way, the Western Empire falls today. This is it, men. Today is the day we get revenge for the hundreds of Battanians that fell that day. We take the fight back to the Western Empire. We eliminate their armies, and then we eliminate their kingdom. We will no longer back down from a fight. We will be the aggressors. We will take down every single one of them. We have already killed over 20,000 of them, but clearly that's not enough. There has to be more. We will kill every Empire soldier in existence. They forced our hand. They made me do this. Cavalry, attack, men. Attack. And it is time, men, to hold a mighty shield wall. We're not as experienced as we once were. We have a lot of rookies in the army, but this is just the thing they need. A bit of battle experience. A fight to the death. It will soon turn your average farmer into a battle-hardened soldier. Just stand as a single unit, men. Trust in one another. And we have defeated the enemy. There are enemy reinforcements on the way. The enemy are actually trying to rally, but it's not going well for them. I'm not entirely sure what happened to our cavalry. Is that ours or is that the enemy? I have no idea. Okay, I believe it's ours, thankfully. Alright, cavalry, target the enemy archers. Infantry, are you ready, men? Are you ready to eliminate the foe? Charge, men. Attack. Cut them down. No survivors. We have defeated the majority of the enemy forces. They are now retreating. There are some more reinforcements on the way, but they don't stand a chance. I think it's safe to say this battle is pretty much over. We have defeated the Western Empire. We have got revenge for our fallen brothers. Surely after that great defeat, the Western Empire has to give up now. Surely they are not going to keep this war going any longer. Right now, we are going to turn our attention to the Northern Empire. And if the Western Empire still want to fight once we're done, then so be it. We will march on their settlement and we will conquer it. We have arrived at the castle just in time to aid our allies. We are going to take down the Northern Empire army and move on to the next target. I wonder how well auto-resolving does in this version of the game. Normally, when you auto-resolve, you suffer unnecessary losses that could have been avoided if you just fought the battle yourself. But now that we're in a new version of the game, I'm tempted to give it a little bit of a go just to see how it plays out. If we start suffering an insane amount of casualties, maybe I'll call it off. Okay, yep, it's best avoidable by the looks of things. In that brief moment, we had already lost 50 soldiers. Half of them will recover and they're only wounded. But it's not ideal. We'll probably lose another 100 soldiers by the time we take down the army. So we're just going to retreat for a moment and we'll lead the attack ourselves. I thought I could trust the other commanders in this army to lead their soldiers to glory, but clearly they don't know what they're doing without the Lord Commander on the battlefield. So we are going to have to jump on the battlefield and lead the men to glory. There are only 200 enemies, so it should be a quick cleanup. We shouldn't have any issues with them. The only downside, we have to run a marathon to get there. Why do you always expect me to run this far across the battlefield? I may have run too far forward and the enemy cavalry is attacking. You dare try to cut me down? And I've been kicked in the head by a camel. I think that's a new one for us. I have been kicked in the head many times, but I don't think I can say by a camel. The infantry are on their way, so we're just going to have to hang around until they arrive. And we can soon get rid of the enemy cavalry. I thank you for your assistance, men, and now we keep marching forward. Never mind, it looks like the enemy are on their way to us. So, archers, spread out. Men, infantry, form a shield wall. Cavalry, I don't think we're really gonna need you for this battle, if I'm completely honest. You guys can sit back and enjoy the show. And the enemy have arrived. Right into our trap. We'll have to compare casualties at the end of this battle. Briefly auto-resolving resulted in nearly 50 soldiers lost. But now that we've just sat here with an archer lineup, just absolutely nailing them, I wonder how many losses we suffered instead. And the enemy cavalry have run straight into our spear wall. You fools. You absolute fools. I don't know what they expected, but they're not gonna breach that. The shield wall is about 7 lines deep of Battanian soldiers. And the army is in retreat. The battle is over. We're done here, men. We're done. So when we fought the battle ourselves, we only lost 8 soldiers with a further 7 wounded. So overall, 15 people fell in the battle. Compared to the brief 2 seconds I auto-resolved, where we lost 50. I'm not surprised their auto-resolving resulted in more casualties. I just wanted to give it a quick test in the latest version, just to see if it's slightly more balanced or not. But it looks like the end result is still the same. If you want to minimize your casualties and have a proper battle, you may as well fight it. But if you're not too bothered about losing some soldiers, just auto-resolve and quickly move on to the next fight. But we are now gonna march on the enemy settlement. And I have returned. I warned the Western Empire this day would come. The last time we were here, they assembled the biggest army we had ever seen. 37 lords assembled to take us down. But we managed to break free from our shackles. We returned to the homeland. We assembled the greatest Battanian army ever. And we have come back to get our revenge. The settlement will fall today. Well, this could massively impact the outcome of the battle. We have been given the option to dig a tunnel under the enemy's walls in the hope that we might be able to cause them to collapse. We're given the option to not dig a tunnel and do nothing. We can tunnel quickly but risk the lives of the men, or we can pay the men additional wages and tunnel carefully in the hopes that we break the wall. We will only lose 500 gold, which is not a problem since we have nearly 900,000. But there is a 60% chance we breach the wall, increase the morale of the men, and gain some renown. But there is also a 40% chance that we gain increased reputation for being cautious, and we delay the progress because we wasted time on tunneling and it didn't work out. We have to do it. 60% chance, we'll be a fool to turn that down. We should have turned it down. Alright, the tunneling. It was a genius idea at the time, but clearly it didn't work out. We're going to resort back to the old methods and bring out the trebuchets. The Western Empire lords are gathering around us once again like vultures, swarming waiting for their prey. But I will not make the same mistake as last time. We have over double the soldiers. If you dare attack us, so be it. We will have a mighty battle on the battlefield, and I will make sure to cut down all 37 of you this time. You will not survive. I'm afraid the enemy soldiers have taken too long. It is time to launch the attack. There's no point hanging around any longer. We have destroyed the enemy's defenses, and it is time to make our move. Once again, we find ourselves facing an Empire settlement, where there are 1,000,001 peepholes. There could be 100 archers hidden away, and we can barely see any of them. They could be in every single window. Oh no. What have we got ourselves in for? Are we gonna have to wait for the siege equipment to arrive? I don't know. It might be the best play. If only the trebuchets were accurate enough to nail each individual gap and we could kill all the enemies, start punching holes in their castle. That would be the best tactic. The tower looks like it may have an easier time. There aren't as many enemies there right now. We've eliminated quite a few of them. So for that reason, I'm probably going to assist the men with the ram. They're probably going to have the hardest time getting through the front gate. So we're going to provide some cover fire and then we'll breach with the men. We are going to have to keep an eye out for some rocks as well. You never know what the enemy will drop on your head. Alright men, don't you worry, I am on rock duty. I vow that no boulder shall fall on our head. I have to live up to that now. I promised the men. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry lads. I kind of promised no rock would fall on our heads. But yeah, I didn't have the best angle if I'm completely honest with you. But we have already managed to breach through the wall. Oh no. Okay, and the enemy have sent me straight back out. Okay. I'm having some technical difficulties here, soldiers. If someone could come to assist me, that would be great. I think we were a bit too overconfident with this battle. I have 3 guys that are in sync, kind of like battering my shield. Can we wait for an opening and strike? Okay, we kind of missed our shot. And we're dead. Oh man. We were a fool to think we could charge through the front gate. Well, we may have fell in battle, but the soldiers kept the fight going and we have taken the settlement. As for myself, I probably need to work on my one-handed combat skills. We're not the best when it comes to melee. We seem to be way better at ranged, but we are now going to wait inside the settlement for some time to see what the enemy do next. The enemy lords are all scattering. I don't know where that army is going to go. The army is up to something, but everyone else has just gone in a different direction. But we are now going to have to move on to our next target. Well, this is interesting. I went to take a quick look at the Western Empire just to see how many casualties we inflicted, and we had the option to make peace with the Aserai. We didn't really fight them at any moment. They did take a settlement from us earlier in the battle, but as we were too busy fighting the Empire, we were nowhere near to assist. But I think it's probably the best outcome, to be honest with you. Sign a quick peace with them, get her over and done with, and then we can focus on them in the next war. But for now, we just want to get rid of the Empire. But if I go back to the Western Empire, we have now nearly inflicted 26,000 casualties. We have 20 of them locked up. The only reason this war is still ongoing is because the enemy do a lot of raiding, whereas we don't really raid them back. I think that's the only reason this war hasn't ended yet. But I think since we're on 93 out of 100, if we march on one more settlement or one more castle or even take down one large army, surely they're gonna give up. There is no way this war goes on for any longer. There's a castle to our left, so we may as well march. There's no point hanging around. There's no point delaying our invasion. We may as well launch the attack right now. And hang on a minute. Is that army really going to attempt to retake the settlement? Is that what they're up to? We're going to refill the cohesion and we're just going to stand still. We're going to watch this enemy army. Are they really going to walk past us and attack the settlement? Well, they did indeed walk past us, but they're not going for the settlement. It looks like they're trying to get an easier target, which is actually a bad thing. I probably should have put a stop to them. They're going to go for a castle instead. Why did I just allow the entire enemy army to walk past? I don't think that was one of our wisest decisions, to be honest with you. We probably should have put a stop to them there and then, because now they might be able to take a castle and lower the progress. Although that being said, we have arrived at the enemy castle and it looks like it's going to be a quick, easy battle for us. There are only 200 defenders. We're not going to bother with siege equipment. They haven't managed to build anything in time. So So we're just going to use the ladders and run at the enemy. This time I think I'll try my best not to run to my death. We're not going to just charge straight into the enemy horde and get ourselves ambushed. We're going to actually take our time, plan our attack, and eliminate the enemy. That being said, I don't really see an awful lot of enemies. What is going on? There's barely any archers on the wall. I don't know how many infantry there are up there, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of them. That being said, I'm standing here watching my men fall off the wall one by one. Oh no, he's about to go. Can he hang in there? And we're in. There are enemy archers all along the walls trying to kill us. I don't know why they're defending the inner gate for some reason. That was probably a poor decision by them. It's not as if we have a ram to breach the front gate. I'm being hit by arrows in every direction. What is going on here? There's enemies all along the towers. They have the best angle on me. Alright, soldiers. Charge, men. Don't hang around. Run through the castle. Burn it to the ground. Kill every man you see. There are more archers all along this outer wall. We're not going to be able to just run at them. They'll take me down before I get there. That being said, the men have arrived on the other side. It is time to attack. Cut them down. Still the archers shoot at me. I'm nowhere near you, and hang on a minute. Why is that guy in the inner courtyard? What are you doing down there, my friend? This isn't the time to train. He thought he'd get a quick training session in while we're at war? All of his friends are dead? What is going on? Would you like an arrow, my friend? Would that put you out of your misery? There we go. We had to put the poor guy down. Defeating the enemy army has still not ended the war. If we take a quick look at our progress, we are on 96 out of 100. It only brought us up 3. And to make things worse, the army that we allowed to walk past us, the one that we just watched as they went on by, has made it to the castle. They have laid siege to it, and now we must march once again. My only concern right now is that I don't know if we can make it in time. There aren't many defenders inside that castle, so if they launch their attack, and hang on a minute, they've backed off. Instead, it looks like we're about to meet them directly in the battlefield. And it's being sieged by another Western Empire army. There's over 1,000 of them. I didn't realize there were 2 armies. We'll have to funnel the one army into the other army and take them down in one big battle. Never mind, the other army has abandoned his allies. That is the Western Empire for you. Every man for himself. He threw his own allies to the wolves. And now we will eliminate them, and then we will hunt him down. Soldiers, we have cut down nearly 30,000 Western Empire soldiers, and once again, I ask you to defeat them. They are up on the hill, they are holding the high ground, but not for much longer. Move into position, men, and eliminate our foe. The Western Empire falls today. We are on like 96 out of 100. After defeating this army, surely they will not keep the fight going any longer. This has to come to an end today. Soldiers, we will not sit back in our usual shield wall formation. We will not wait for the enemy to come to us. We will charge and eliminate the men. For Britannia. Revenge for our fallen brothers. Bring an end to this war once and for all. None shall leave the battlefield alive. Every Empire soldier must die. I have had it with the color purple. Everywhere I look, it is purple in every direction. I don't think we've ever had a war as brutal as the one with the Western Empire. To have to kill 30,000 people and for it to still not be enough. I really don't know what more we could have done. Every army they raised up, we took down. Every bit of territory they tried taking from us, we put a stop to it. We even invaded their lands. We killed as many people as we could. And yet again, they refused to back down. I just don't understand the quest anymore. If we take a look, we've actually dropped from 96 to 95. How does killing an additional 500 enemies result in the progress going down? We're gonna have to hunt down the other army. The only thing I can hope for is maybe it's delayed and suddenly it will jump to 100, but otherwise I really don't know how to end these quests. Is the only way to end it by taking down the Empire for good? Are we gonna have to dismantle their entire kingdom by taking all of their land? We're gonna chase down the other army and we're gonna cut them down just as we did the others. This is your punishment, my friend, for leaving your allies to die. Across the battlefield from us stand 700 Empire soldiers, all waiting to die. I hope you're happy with yourselves, men. I hope you're happy. Sign the peace treaty and you can go back to your families. You have my word. I no longer want to fight this war. We're done. We have beat you every step of the way. It's just cruelty at this point. I don't want to fight anymore. But no, you force my hand time after time. Why won't you surrender? Why won't you just go home to your families? Why must it come to this every time? Infantry, you may as well charge, soldiers. There's no point hanging around. It is going to be an absolute slaughter once again, so let's get it over and done with. Let's put the enemy out of their misery. We're only prolonging the inevitable. There are additional enemy reinforcements on the way, but it is too late. They're not going to be able to put a stop to the Britannian charge. It is over for you, my friend. It is over. They've sent out the fresh recruits, but they're not going to be able to do anything. You've just sent innocent farmers to their deaths. Are these really the lords you want to fight for? As I said, it was the most brutal war we have ever taken part in. 30,000 people had to die on their side before they finally gave up. I'm pretty sure they also killed about 20,000 of our own. But now, we have finally destroyed them. We may have finally defeated one of the three empires this day, but sadly the battle is not over. It has only just begun. The remains of the Western Empire have joined the Northern Empire, so even though we defeated one, the other has become even stronger. The Southern Empire I don't think we have to worry about, they are on the verge of collapse. But now the Northern Empire takes up almost the entire center part of Colradia, and if we take a look, we are currently losing to the Northern Empire. We are on -71. We're not far from actually losing the entire war. I think we're going to have to disband the army. We're going to have to free up the lords and allow them to rebuild their armies. We have asked too much of them. They have put their lives on the line, and for that I thank them. But now we are going to have to rebuild our own army, and then we march on the Northern Empire. I don't know what the plan is going to be. I don't know where the Northern Empire armies currently are, but they have been following us around, destroying some of our territory. They've been taking castles, they've been raiding villages, so we are going to have to put a stop to that. But I believe they are also at war with Sturgia right now, and Sturgia is actually rallying and conquering some land of their own. So we are once again going to have to rebuild, come back stronger than ever, and take down another empire. But I'm afraid that's all we're going to have time for now. So join me next time when we take the fight to the Northern Empire.